And now moving on to this week's Techie Troubles. I'm delighted to welcome Allison Reynolds, who's going to talk about staying safe online. Allison, thanks for joining us today. It's good to have you with us, and I'm sure you've got lots of good tips for us to take on board.
Thanks. Yes, there's plenty for everyone to think about nowadays because we're using the internet more and more in every area of our lives, especially when keeping in touch with people. So I'd like to talk about the risks involved in using social networking sites.
Great.
Now, in many ways, these sites have entirely replaced the phone or email, and they've become a way of life, allowing us to share information, experiences, and photos and so on. And we can check all of this at any time, even using mobile devices. So we're always connected, really, no matter where we go. But it's the very nature of these sites, the fact that there are so many people using them who are unknown to us, that means using them carries a degree of risk, including becoming a target for cybercriminals.
Right. Could you give us some examples of that?
Yes, of course. Well, one of the first dangers that comes to mind is that of giving away private information. And that could be innocently done by yourself or a friend. Posting that you've just had a great meal, or someone's had a great party, or has just flown off on the holiday of a lifetime, for example, which of course gives advance warning to any potential burglars out there.
That's true. I've heard of that kind of thing happening. So, what else do we need to think about?
Well, another thing to be very careful about is opening attachments or photos within messages, especially from people you don't know.
And that's because?
Because very often they contain very nasty viruses, which can completely destroy your computer. If in doubt, never click on it. Just get rid of it.
So, Allison, what can we do to protect ourselves on social networking sites then? Can you give us one or two top tips?
First of all, spend some time learning how to use the site properly. Take a tour, if you like, and read all the help features they've got. For example, use the privacy features to restrict strangers' access to your profile. And apart from family members and your own close friends or perhaps colleagues, be cautious about who you let join your network.
That's good advice.
And secondly, and this may seem like common sense really, remember that what goes online stays online.
I think I see where you're going with this one.
Yes. Don't say anything or publish any photos which could potentially be a source of embarrassment in the future. Once it's done, and it could come back to bite you in the future. It's best to learn how to remove your name from photos you don't want anyone to see, just in case someone does post one.
Yes, especially nowadays with more and more employers checking social networking sites.
Exactly.